Hello friends, today's discussion is about linear equations in two variables. We know that temperature is basically measured using Celsius scale or Fahrenheit scale. But do we know that USA and some countries like this, like Bahamas, Liberia and these islands, these are the few ones who use Fahrenheit scale, and the rest of the world they use Celsius scale. Now, there is a need of conversion from a Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. For this, we use a formula F equals to 9 by 5C plus 32. So, this is the formula we use to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit. Now, if you consider this, so by assigning any value to C, we will find a value for F. C here is Celsius here, F is Fahrenheit here. That means for every value we put for C, we will get a value for F. So here this forms an equation. It's an equation because it has an equals to sign and it involves two variables, that is F and C. And variables means it has no fixed value. Now, so we can say that these are linear equations in two variables. First thing, why it is a linear equation? Because the variables, the degree of this equation is 1. The highest power is 1 for the variables. That's why it is a linear equation. And it has two variables. So, F and C are the two variables. So, it is called as linear equation in two variables. So, to start with the definition, an equation of the form ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 or ax plus by equals to c, where a, b, c are real numbers, a and b are not equals to 0 and x and y are variables. These are called as linear equation in two variables. So here we can say like x plus 3y equals to 7 or minus 3x minus y equals to 7, 2 by 5x minus 3 by 2y plus 5 equals to 0, or else we can use root like a root 3x minus root 5y is equals to minus 1. All are having two variables and they are all linear. So these are linear equations in two variables. Now, the formation of linear equation in two variables is not unique. That means, suppose we have an equation like minus 3x plus y equals to 7. The same equation I can write as minus 3x plus y minus 7. Because the 7 on the right side has been shifted to the left side. So, we get another form, but both represent the same equation. Or else we can change the sign of all the terms. That minus 3x has become 3x. So, 3x minus y equals to minus 7, or else 3x minus y plus 7 is equals to 0. So these are the four forms for the same equation. That means the values of a, b, c are not unique. Now, solution of a linear equation. Let's consider the same definition of the linear equation. Here we can say that any pair of values of x and y which satisfy the equation is called as solution. Now, what we mean by satisfying the equation? Let's see. Suppose we consider the equation x plus y equals to 5. Now, in this equation, for what values of x and y, the equation remains satisfied. That is, left hand side will become equals to right hand side. So, we can take, suppose x equals to 1 and y equals to 4. Now, when we add them, so left hand side x plus y, that becomes 1 plus 4, that is 5. Now right hand side is also 5. So we get here left hand side is equals to right hand side. That means x equals to 1 and y is equals to 4 is a solution of this equation. Now let us consider the same equation and write y in terms of x. So y is equals to 5 minus x. So for every value of x, we will get a value of y. So if I put x equals to 0, y will be 5 minus 0. If x equals to 1, y will be 5 minus 1, 4. If x equals to 2, y is 5 minus 2 equals to 3. That means we keep on putting the value for x, we will get the values for y. So now the question rises, how many solutions we will get like this? So as we know, for every value of x, there is a value of y. So we can say that linear equations in two variables have infinitely many solutions. There will be infinitely many solutions. So every equation, that because for every x there will be a y. So in this case, you keep on putting the value for x, you will be getting a value for y. So there are infinitely many solutions. Now, how to find a solution of a linear equation? Finding the solution. Now, let us take an example. Suppose we find the solution of the equation 3x minus y is equals to 2. Now, 3x minus y equals to 2, we will write y in terms of x. So, we can write it as y is equals to 3x minus 2. We have just shifted them. Okay, y in one place and 3x and 2 in the other place on the right side. So here we can see that we keep on putting different values for x, we will get corresponding values of y. So here when x equals to 2, for example, we take x equals to 2. So we'll get y equals to 3x minus 2. 3x means 3 into x. So here x is 2 now. So 3 into 2 minus 2, that is 6 minus 2 equals to 4. And when x equals to 1, suppose we take x equals to 1, it becomes 3 ones are 3, 3 minus 2 is 1. So here we are getting two solutions. One is x equals to 2, y is equal to 4. When x equals to 1, y is equals to 1. So in this way we can find solution of a linear equation. And remember, there are infinite number of solutions to find for a linear equations. Let's take another one. Now find the solution of the equation 2x plus 5y is equals to 12. Same thing. Let's consider this equation and write it y in terms of x. So here we can see that 5y equals to 12 minus 2x, because 2x has been shifted to the right side. Now y can be written as 12 minus 2x by 5. Here the same thing, we keep on putting values for x, we will get the values of y. Now see that here we have a fractional value, a numerator we have and a denominator. Always take such values of x such that we will get an integral value of y. That means it will be like an integer. We don't get any fraction again. So for this, what you have to do? We have to take the numerator in such a way that it should be divisible by the denominator. It should be the multiple of the denominator, we can say. So here the denominator is 5. So what value of x I will take such that it will be 12 minus 2x will be a multiple of 5. So multiple of 5 means it can be 5, it can be 10, 15, 20, minus 15, minus 20, anything. It should be divisible by 5. So here if I take x is equals to 1. So if we take x equals to 1, what it becomes now? 12 minus 2x, that is 12 minus 2 by 5. So 12 minus 2 is 10. Now 10 is divisible by 5. So we get an integral value 2. Now to get the next value, here what you have to do, we can keep on increasing or decreasing the value of x by the denominator. Now suppose here the denominator is 5 given. So whatever value of x you have taken at the first, we will just add the denominator or subtract the denominator. Suppose I add the denominator. Now x was 1, so the denominator is 5. So 1 plus 5, we have got 6 now. So if I put 6 here, surely I will get another value. So when I put 6, it becomes 2 6 are 12. So 12 minus 2x, that is 12 minus 12 becomes 0 and we get a value. So this is the easiest way to get solutions. First find a value for x, according to that find the value of y. For the next value of x, just we can take the add the denominators. So finally we get 1 and 2 as one solution and 6 as 0 is the another solution. Now graph of a linear equation in two variables. Same thing, a linear equation in two variables is geometrically represented by a line such that every solution of the linear equation represents a point on the line, and every point on the line is a solution of the equation. So this means that suppose we have found the solution, that means every solution represents a point on the line. Suppose we draw a line for that equation, every point, every solution will be a point on that line, and whatever point we take on the line is will be a solution of the equation. So now the algorithm or the steps what you have to follow to draw the graph. First we will obtain the equation, that is ax plus by plus c, whatever the equation is given. Then we will write it the y in terms of x. After that we will put some values for x and get the corresponding value of y. Suppose the solutions are alpha 1, beta 1 and alpha 2, beta 2. So two solutions we have found. Now 2 points, that 2 points we will plot it on the graph paper. Now next, using that 2 points, we will draw a line passing through the points. Now the whatever the line we get is the graph of the equation ax plus by plus c. So here you can see we have taken 2 solutions, but it is advised to take more than 2 solutions, 3 or 4 it is required, so that we get a perfect line. Now for example, we draw the graph of the equation 3x plus y plus 1. So first the same thing, we will find y in terms of x. Now for every value of x, we will get the value of y. The same process will follow. We will take x equals to 1 and we will get the value of y. And we can take x equals to minus 1, we will also get the value of y. Then we can see that we get the solutions 1 comma minus 4 and minus 1 comma 2. Now we have got the points. Now these points we will plot it. The first point is 1 comma minus 4, 1 comma minus 4, and the second point minus 1 comma 2. Now using these 2 points we will draw a line, and this line will represent 3x plus y plus 1. As you can see here, on this line the 2 points are there, that are the solutions. If we take any point on this line, every point on this line will be a solution of the equation 3x plus y plus 1 is equals to 0. Now let's draw the graph of the equation 2x minus 3y plus 8 equals to 0. We'll proceed the same steps. First get the equation and write y in terms of x. That's the first thing to do. We have to write y in terms of x. Now as we are having a negative denominator, we can convert to a positive denominator so that it is easy for us to calculate. So as you can see here, we have minus 8 minus 2x. So we have taken minus common, and minus by minus becomes plus. So we get 8 plus 2x by 3. This can be written like 2x plus 8 by 3 also, the same way. So here we see that if you put on different values for x, we will get corresponding values for y, the same thing. So let's start with, now you have to see that since it is in the fractional mode, so the numerator should be divisible by the denominator. That means a numerator should be a multiple of 3. Now multiple of 3 means it can be 0 or it can be 3, it can be 6, anything like this. So we have to take a value of x. So suppose we take x equals to 2. Now what happens? Y will get as 8 plus 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. So 8 plus 4 becomes 12. So in this way we have to take the value of x. So what value of x you will take, so that the numerator part should be divisible by the denominator. The next step, we have to take a value of, we can increase the value of x or decrease the value of x by the denominator. Here the denominator is 3 and we have taken x as 2 already. So we can take 2 plus 3 as 5 or 2 minus 3 as minus 1. Either we can take minus 1 or we can take 5. So if I take minus 1, so what will be the value of y? 8 plus 2 into minus 1. The 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So 8 minus 2 becomes 6. 6 is divisible by 3, we get 2. If we follow this one, easily we can find another value for x and y. So we get 2 comma 4 and minus 1 and 2 as the 2 solutions. It is advised to take one more solution so that we get a perfect graph. Now we will be plotting this. So first we have 2 comma 4. Next we have minus 1 comma 2. Now we will draw a line through this, and this line represents 2x minus 3y plus 8. So here we can say that on this line, if you take any point, like you can see here on x-axis, if you take minus 4 and y, it will be 0. So minus 4 comma 0 will be a solution of this equation. Any point on this line is a solution of the equation 2x minus 3y plus 8 is 0. Now let's draw the graph of the equations and also find the point of intersection. Now let's see. So we'll take 2 equations. So 3x plus y plus 1 equals to 0, 2x minus 3y plus 8 equals to 0. So already we have done this. The same process we can follow. So we'll write y in terms of x and keep on putting values for x, we will get values for y. So when x equals to 1, y we will get as minus 4, and when x equals to minus 1, y we will get as plus 2 or only 2. So we get the values for x and y. Same way we will continue with the second equation. Same thing, y will write in terms of x. Once we get y as in terms of x, we can put different values for x and get values for y. So here we can see that the numerator should be divisible by the denominator. If I take x equals to 2, y will be 12 by 3, that is 4. This one already we have done earlier. The same thing we are proceeding. And the next thing, to take the next value of y, we can just add 2 plus 3. Now x is 5. So y will be how much? 8 plus 10. That is 18 by 3 equals to 6. So these are the same steps that we follow for every question. First thing, we have to get the coordinates of xy so that we can plot it on a graph. Now, for every equation, we have got the plotting the graph. We have got the points. You can see here. These are the points here. So, we have to draw the graph for each equations according to the coordinates of x and y. So, here what we have to do? We have to plot it first. So, x is given, y is given. So, 1 and minus 4, minus 1 and 2. So, same thing, we will just plot it first, the points, then draw a line. So, this is the first line, 3x plus y plus 1 equals to 0. Now, this is the second equation now. 2x minus 3y plus 8, the points are 2, 4 and 5, 6. Now, we will draw another line. Now, we see here that this is the second line. These two lines meet at this point of intersection. So, that is the point of intersection minus 1, 2. So, we can say that x equals to minus 1 and y is equals to 2 is a unique solution of the system of equations. That's a unique solution. We'll get one and only one point like this. If two lines intersect, they intersect at only one point, and that is the point of intersection. Now let's say the equation of x-axis. As we know, this is the x-axis, that's the horizontal one. Suppose let us plot some points on this and name them. So you can see here the 3 points A, B and C. Everywhere the y coordinates is 0. You can see that 2, 0, 7, 0, minus 5, 0, because it doesn't move towards the y-axis, neither the up one neither the down one. That is not the positive y nor the negative y. So here we can say that the equation of x-axis is always given by y is equals to 0. So you have to remember that one. The equation of x-axis is y is equals to 0. Now let's see how to find equation of a line which is parallel to x-axis. So we can consider an equation y minus 3 is equals to 0. Now, as an equation in two variables, suppose I write this is actually in one variable, suppose we write in two variables, it can be written as 0x, because we don't have any x terms here, so we can write it as 0x plus y minus 3 is equals to 0. So, in this equation, it will have infinite solutions in the form a, 3, where a is any real number, that is the x coordinate. We can take x coordinate anything, because anyhow 0 into that will become 0. So what will be left out? Y will be 3, as you can see here, and all the points of the form a, 3 will be a solution of the equation. So we can say that for this equation y minus 3 equals to 0, we can take the points like 5, 3 or minus 6 and 3, because you can see here for every form it is a, 3, that is 5, 3, minus 6, 3 like this. So it does not depend upon the value of x. We can take anything in the place of x, but y will be 3 always to satisfy the equation. So now suppose we plot this on the graph paper. So we can say this, let us take the points, that is 5, 3 and minus 6, 3. So when we draw a line, we can see this is parallel, and y coordinates of every point you can see here, it is 3 now. The y coordinates of all the points on this is 3, because we have y minus 3 is equals to 0. To satisfy this equation, y must be 3 and only 3. Then only we will get 0. So all the coordinates of this line will be, that's the y coordinates will be always 3. So here we can see this equation of the line parallel to x-axis. So we can say that y minus 3 is equals to 0 or y is equals to 3. So y is equals to 3 is a straight line that is parallel to x-axis and is passing through 0, 3. Here we have taken 0, 3 because we can see the point here. Now, moving on, let's find, so we can say that the graph of an equation of the form y is equals to a is nothing but it's a straight line that is parallel to x-axis and passing through the point 0, a. So we can have a question like this. Suppose we have to write the equation of a line that is parallel to x-axis and passing through the point 3, 3. Since it is parallel to x-axis, it will be of the form y is equals to a. And since it passes through 3, 3, that means here a is equals to -3 because -3 is the y coordinate. So we can say that the required equation will be y is equals to -3. So y is equals to -3 is the line that is parallel to x-axis and passing through 3, -3. Next, equation of y-axis. So we know that y-axis is the vertical axis. On this one, let us plot some points. So we can see here A, B and C are the points on the y-axis. Here we can see that all the x coordinates of the point on y-axis is always 0. So we can say that equation of y-axis is x equals to 0. For x it is y equals to 0 and for y-axis it is x equals to 0. Now, let's find equation of the line parallel to y-axis. So here we can see here, let us consider the equation x minus 5 equals to 0. The same thing as an equation in two variables, this one can be written as x plus 0y. Here we don't have any y variable, that's why we have taken 0y. It will not change the equation. Now it will have infinite solution of the form 5, a. Because if I put x equals to 5 and y is equals to a, the solutions will satisfy it. Now you can see here, if I put x equals to 5 and y is equals to a, y is equals to a means 0y. So 0 into a is 0 only. So x minus 5, that becomes 5 minus 5 is 0. So 5, a is a solution of this equation. So any point of this form 5, a will be a solution. So we can say that, let us take some points like this. 5, a can be anything. It doesn't matter at all. So 5, 3, 5, minus 3. Now let us plot it on the graph. So we'll take the y-axis here and let us plot these points. So first is 5, 3 and another one is 5, minus 3. We'll draw a line through it. Now we can see that the line is parallel to y-axis. So here the x coordinates you can see here is 5. So wherever you take the point on this line, all the x coordinates will be always 5. So we can say here x minus 5 equals to 0 or x equals to 5. X equals to 5 is a straight line parallel to y-axis. Remember, x equals to 5 is a straight line that is parallel to y-axis and passing through the point 5, 0. Here you can see there is no y coordinates. So y is 0 and x coordinate is 5. It passes through 5, 0. So we can say that the graph of an equation of the form x equals to a. When x equals to a, that means it is parallel to y-axis and it will be passing through the point a, 0. Now, we can have a question like this, like write the equation of a line that is parallel to y-axis and it is passing through, let us take 3, minus 3. So here we can see that since the line is parallel to y-axis, it will be of the form x equals to a. And it passes through 3, minus 3. So here a is how much? A will be 3 now. So we can say that the required equation will be x equals to 3. Now, let us consider these two equations. Now these are the equations of the line passing through the origin. So we can see here an equation through origin is of the form y is equals to mx. So let us have some points for y equals to 5x. So when x equals to minus 1, y is equals to minus 5. When x equals to 1, y is equals to 5. Similarly for y is equals to minus 2x. When x equals to 1, y is equals to minus 2. When x equals to 2, y is equals to minus 4. Now we will plot this one. So equation of the line passing through origin. Let us see. Let us plot these two. So that's the first equation, y is equals to 5x, and this is for the second equation, y is equals to minus 2x. Now we can see here both of the line passes through the origin. So all the lines of the form y is equals to mx, remember, will be always passing through the origin. That's it. Thank you and keep exploring.